All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, the harmless one, talking about real music in real time for, yes, you guessed it, real people just like you and just like me. All right, John Bon Jovi and Billy Joel. Over the weekend, John Bon Jovi shows up at one of Billy's shows. Of course, if you've been under a rock, Billy Joel has been holding court over at MSG every single month now for, I don't know, like the last 10 or 15 years. It's been a long time, as the band Boston would say. And you've got two guys who are kind of geographically close on the map. You've got one dude from Long Island, the other dude from New Jersey. So you're thinking this will be okay. These guys will be good together. Musically speaking, yeah, their music certainly is a little bit different from each other. But at this stage in everyone's career, it's kind of a cool thing. Billy does this. He brings someone in, and they sing a couple of songs. The place goes crazy. By the way, John Bon Jovi looks great. He's moving around on stage. He's got a stage persona still. Billy Joel, not so much. He tends to stay behind the piano. Actually, the song where Billy usually gets out from behind the piano is the one that John Bon Jovi is singing here. It's still rock and roll to me. Now, I've got to ask a serious question. And again, I'm not the guy who's trying to yell at everybody and tell the kids to get off the front lawn. Although, as I get older, I kind of like the lawn and don't want any kids running over stuff and so forth. Has John Bon Jovi completely blown out his vocal cords? I think he's, 58 years old? And I know the kind of music that he sang back in the 80s and 90s. That was some tough stuff to sing. And, I've cut him down a little bit on the political stuff from time to time. And I don't mean to be super negative about John Bon Jovi. Because, again, he looks great. The place loved it. He sings with the microphone very, very close. And it's kind of like he's doing a soft vocal. Like he's not pushing himself too hard in order to get the point across. And it's weird because I'm watching this and I'm hoping that he'll give a verse back to Billy and Billy will sing it. Because quite honestly, Billy, his voice is aged, but Billy can still pull this off. He says he's got to throw a few off-speed curveballs and so forth. Maybe duck down when you're supposed to go back up. I mean, you can, if you're really into music, you can kind of hear where he takes a few liberties with his older stuff where he's got to compensate a little bit. But overall, Billy Joel sounds great. I was actually hoping that Mike DelGuidice, who is in this band, who can sing the phone book and who sounds like Billy Joel circa 1977, I was hoping he'd come down and bail them both out. All right? Now, it doesn't give me a lot of pleasure to say this. It's just sad. People are paying a fortune to see this stuff, and this is still, it's a spectacle. You're at Madison Square Garden. You're seeing some of the greatest performers ever. By the way, there's DelGuidice. I don't know if you can make him out over here. If you haven't heard this guy sing, go do some Googling and have fun. He does a performance of Billy Joel's Innocent Man, which is a very sparse arrangement to begin with some real, clear notes that you can hear. And I tell you, I would go pay some good money to see Mike DelGuidice perform Billy Joel's music. In fact, there's a pub, I believe it's called Mulcahy's, out on Long Island, and every so often DelGuidice shows up there, and he's got guys from Billy's band. This is kind of a good gig for him because he's in the band, and then he goes off and he's like the band. And honestly, he's a better singer right now than both Billy and John Bon Jovi. So I'm just throwing that out there. Folks, here's what's going to be our future, okay? I keep saying next generation because that's the best term I can conjure up here. But anyway, getting back to John Bon Jovi, I'm just wondering, Was there a moment that I missed where he had surgery or something just didn't click like it used to click? Again, he looks great, he moves great, but you've got to listen to this performance and then you can judge for yourself. I mean, a lot of fans still liked it. I mean, he was in tune for most of it, I think. I mean, I listened to it a couple of times. I'm like, yeah, when you walk around the room and you listen to it, you kind of notice things rather than just looking at the screen. But I don't know. I mean, I wish everybody well. I'm hoping these guys can go on for another 20, 30 years, whatever it is. Billy, maybe not as long because I think he just turned 70. But John Bon Jovi, I don't think he's turned 60 yet. He's close. And, if I can look as good as he does at his age, then I guess I should be happy. All right? He's got good genes. I'm just wondering what happened to his voice other than just the rigors of the music that he once had to perform. Of course, this happened to other guys in groups where it was just very difficult to hit those high notes every night. It could still be happening out there as we speak to the singers who've come along and replaced those other singers. So, in any event, still a great night over at MSG. I would be still kind of not telling you the truth if I didn't want to be in the front row watching this because it's rock history. And a lot of rock history, a lot of this nostalgia makes up for some of the inefficiencies, shall we say, of the performance itself. But anyway, Bon Jovi, does he still have it? I guess you guys need to decide, listen for yourself. Maybe you guys will come up with a completely different take on this than I have here, but I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I also want to implore people, if they haven't subscribed to this channel yet, to please do so. And also hit the bell if you want notifications, ring the bell, smash the bell, whatever you have to do. And don't forget, over on Patreon, constantly talking to patrons over there. We got quite a few. And if you'd like to become one, it's only like $1 a month. You can give more, but it's $1 a month. And you can be part of the fun and all of the debate and at times just a bunch of music geeks talking about stuff that they truly believe in. And I think that's cool too. All right, there he is, John Bon Jovi. It's New Jersey against Long Island. And I have to say, in this one, I think Long Island wins it. It is what it is. Plus, you got Del Judas up there, and he's from Long Island, too. All right, I'm done. See you soon.